Hello, everyone. Sufit here. I'm here today with Charles B. Ticker, a state mediator and the author of the popular book, Bobby Gets Bupkis. We're here on the morning after a very, very consequential presidential election in the United States. And it got me thinking about the system, the election system, the court system, what the similarities are, what the differences are, and how people feel the morning after. It's right now, this is being recorded the morning after. And probably half the American people are joyous and exhilarated, and the other half are depressed and maybe hiding under the covers. So, Charles, what do you see as the similarities between that and taking litigation or mediation? Talk about that a little bit.
Well, thank you, Sophie. Very interesting question. I just want to make it clear that I'm not a political analyst and I'm not intending to make any political comments here. But the analogy as I see it is if you look at what's gone on in the US election and the months leading up to it, uh, the the language, the emotions, the provocative language, the angers, the fears, um, the getting the message out and that sort of thing. And it's almost like two litigants fighting it out in a sibling estate fight, and they're knocking heads. And today's like the day after the lengthy trial, and the judge has rendered a decision, and there's a winner and there's a loser. And the winner's feeling really happy about the court decision, and the loser's uh, feeling very
Feeling really
depressed
crappy.
and depressed and
Happy and crappy.
fearful, and what's this going to cost me? And so I think there's an analogy there, and in terms of what people are going through emotionally in this election, and what they go through emotionally and possibly financially when they win or lose a trial.
And it's also really interesting, isn't it? That I mean, I guess another similarity is in the litigation. Let's say you have two litigants fighting it out. Um, they both think they're right, right? Like just like in the US, it's more or less 50-50, 48-52, whatever it is. Um, there's a strong feeling that our side is 100% right, the same as you would feel in a litigation between siblings. The difference is in the US election, more or less winner takes all, right? If you go to court, it's similar, right?
Well, that's it, and that's what I tell the parties when I'm doing these sibling estate mediations. In my open remarks, I said, "Look, someone's going to win and someone's going to lose, and if you want to keep control, you know, today's the day and the opportunity to take matters into your own hands and control the process." So, as much as the two presidential candidates thought they had control, ultimately it wasn't their decision, was it? It was the citizens who voted, just like it's the judge who's going to make the decision. So the nice thing about mediation is to avoid that post-trial, post-election shock, is to take matters into your own hands and come up with, you know, is a fair settlement. And a fair settlement probably means that neither side is going to be thrilled, and that's what I tell them. Uh, um, and but it's better than going to court and really being hit with a decision that you find very difficult to live with.
Neither side is going to be thrilled, but neither side is going to be devastated also, right? If it's a settlement, then they 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 agree to it.
That's right. And so um, and they're still part of the equation. After the trial, you're not part of the equation if you're the loser. So so that's sort of the
Right.
analogy that I see. Um, um, and when you just see it, the also the whole temperature of the campaigns and the language used, it reminds me sometimes of some of the things I read in the briefs. With siblings are taking shots at one another in their mediation
Uh-huh.
briefs.
Yeah, and just to be clear, to clarify something you said earlier, you said at the beginning of a mediation, you tell them there's going to be a winner and a loser. You're not talking about mediation. You're talking about if you go to court.
Yes, I said that if it goes to court, there's
Yeah.
someone's going to win, someone's going to
Yeah.
lose, and the loser is going to be really unhappy, and even the winner may not be happy because the winner may not win as much as they think they're going to win, and they may not get all their costs covered. So,
Right.
so you always have to be aware of that.
Okay, so mediation gives you more control and also maybe keeps the costs a little bit more under control, yes?
Well, definitely. And the thing is, it's a more satisfying experience for the participants because they're involved in the process. And
Right.
so in an election, you make your pitch, but ultimately it's not your call. And it
Right.
makes it a little more difficult sometimes for the loser to accept that because they're not part of the decision.
Right. Okay. You make a good point. Thank you very much. Our guest today has been Charles B. Ticker, estate mediator and author of Bobby Gets Bubkiss, Navigating the Sibling Estate Fight. Thank you very much, Charles.
My pleasure.